And we are live. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Phil with Bull City Pictures here. Just wanted to do another live stream, talk about the microphone that you're hearing. Hopefully it sounds okay. This is the FiFine. Anyway, it's a wireless microphone. I did a review on it. If you look at the card, you can see that here, wherever the card is. You'll be able to see that review. But this is a $35 wireless microphone set. Comes with this lav mic, also comes with a headset mic. So I'm using that today on my mixer. Hopefully the audio sounds pretty good. I also wanted to talk about the Sony a7. I took it on a trip and it did pretty well. I'll show you some pictures there. Also wanted to do questions and answers. So I see that there's some folks watching. If you have any questions, you want to just start off with questions, go ahead and type them into the chat. You can check out the Sony a7. This is the a7iii. And this is with an adapter on it. This is the Sigma MC11 adapter. And this is a Canon 85mm f1.8 lens. Great lens. So I bought this a7 without any real Sony lenses except for the kit lens that I have with my original a7. This is the a7 III. Knowing that I could use my Canon lenses, so I have some Canon lenses for my SL2. With this MC11 adapter, I can use them, and it will actually do eye autofocus. It will do autofocus in stills. It won't do autofocus in video for some reason, but this is the camera. We can take a walk around it. Probably seen and heard a lot about it. A lot of people were able to get their hands on this early, a lot of the bigger YouTubers. I've got this, I did a first look, and I'm working on a full review of this Sony a7. Great camera so far. I'm actually taking this tomorrow to my daughter's prom. Well, I'm not taking it to the prom, but I'm going to get some pictures of my daughter for or at her prom tomorrow. So again, for those of you who just joined, we're going to do questions and answers. If you have any questions at all about anything related to photography or videography or YouTube or whatever the case may be, this new microphone, hopefully the audio sounds good. Well, might be a little bit low. I'm trying to get the volumes right. So this is the FiFine wireless microphone. It's a $35 wireless microphone set. So I'm going to switch over and show you some of the pictures that I was able to take. Took it to Disneyland, and I'll show you a little bit of information about the picture, but this is a picture of my daughter. And this one has been edited, but basically I used the kit lens. This was shot at ISO 125 at 55mm, and the kit lens is a 28 to 70mm lens, f3.5 to 6.3, I believe. This was taken at f5.6. So you can see with that full frame sensor, the bokeh, or the blurry background, actually looks really good. And you can even see me here with my beautiful Mickey shirt on. But you can see the detail. I mean, it's, again, this is the kit lens. It's a $200 option if you buy it with the kit. I think this a7 is around $2,000, and you can get it with the kit lens for $2,200 or so. So I like the colors. I really didn't do much to the color. I didn't do any face smoothing or anything like that. When I do portraits, I don't take a lot of portraits, but one of the reasons I don't is because I don't like doing that editing kind of stuff. And also really impressed with how well this does in low light. So if you look up here, you can see this was at ISO 10,000, and this is at f5 at 1/15 of a second. So 1/15 of a second, first of all, there's no blur at all. And this has not had any noise reduction applied to it. This is ISO 10,000. And you can see, yeah, it's grainy, but it's amazing that the picture looks, especially if you're not zoomed in 1:1, the picture looks pretty darn good. So you can apply some noise reduction to this, and make it look even better. So now you can see most of that noise is gone. You can crank it up a little more if you wanted to. But that is a pretty good looking picture in my mind for ISO 10,000. I took another one. This is at maximum ISO. Well, not maximum native ISO. I'll change the exposure on that one, but this is ISO 12,800. And you can see it's definitely grainy. This is probably nothing that would be usable, but I just was trying to test the camera and see how it does in low light. So you can throw some noise reduction on there. Jack it up to, 50 or even 60, something like that. And maybe it's usable. It depends on what you're using it for. Certainly, I think to display this online, this would be fine. Not necessarily great, but I think if you wanted to show this picture and put it online, I think you'd be fine. This is another higher ISO shot. This is at ISO 8000. This is inside of the Star Tours ride, one of my favorite rides. And again, you can see the grain we're zoomed in 1:1, but a little noise reduction. That's a pretty good picture. We can do some quick exposure adjustments, and that is definitely at ISO 8000, definitely a usable picture. If you have any questions, again, don't be afraid to drop a question in the chat room. This is one more high ISO. So this is another shot at ISO 12,800 inside of the Muppets Theater, Muppets 3D. But man, even at that high ISO, I still say this would be, you're not going to sell this in a magazine, obviously, but to post online, to put on your Facebook or Instagram, whatever the case may be, that's pretty impressive. And I know it's easy for me to say, it's an expensive camera, but for the price, considering all that it can do, it seems to be, so far, just an amazing camera. And again, I'm working on a full review. Hopefully I'll be able to have that out there soon. And this is just some pictures of Pandora. You can see that this was at ISO 100, kind of in normal light. But the detail is a 24 megapixel sensor. The detail is pretty darn amazing. Colors look good. This is an unedited, oh, actually, I guess I edited this one. This is a raw file that has been edited just a little bit. We were lucky enough to get over there for the 20th anniversary of Animal Kingdom. So this is another shot at ISO 100 with the kit lens at 28 millimeters, the Tree of Life. You can see that it's a pretty good shot. Hey, Jason. Inexpensive key lights for YouTube videos. Funny you should mention that. My lights are very inexpensive. Actually, let me switch over to this webcam and see if I can show you. My lights I don't consider to be great. So those are my two lights that I have on my setup, and this was a set that was, I think, $70-something, and it came with, I'm using this as a boom mic. Sorry for the shaky picture, but basically it comes with 3 lights. They're compact flash bulbs inside of them, two each or 3 each, I think. Actually, maybe 4. And that's basically the lighting that I use in my setup. I know the aperture lights are great as well. I don't know that I have that budget for lighting, actually. And again, sorry for the webcam and the shaky footage there, but yeah, I would say the F7, I don't know if I'm intimately familiar with the F7 light, but I do know that the aperture makes some great lights. I do have some smaller lights that I use for kind of fill, which I think I'll grab them. These little Viltrox lights. which, you know, maybe could be a key light. And I've done a review on these, I believe. Let me switch over to the Fuji camera so you can get a better idea. And they run off the Sony batteries, so you can see that we've got, you can change the power, and you can also change the color temperature from 56 to 34, I think it goes down to 33. So those are very inexpensive, nice little lights that I use sometimes in my video when I'm trying to highlight products and stuff. It's a Viltrox LT, what is it? LT132T, and I think, again, I did a review on the channel of those, but I can't specifically speak about the apertures. Let me get back over to just a couple more pictures I wanted to show. Actually, Jason, I can get back with you on the actual lights that I have. Again, that came with the stands and everything, and they do a pretty good job. My camera right now, the Fuji that you're seeing, is set at ISO 100. I'm at f4. I would say it's pretty good lighting. And again, if you need the third one, there's another light that comes with it. Again, I'm using this third one as my mic boom. Normally I'll use that Samsung mic instead of this wireless mic, which hopefully sounds good. I didn't really have a chance to check the sound. But let me get back to you towards the end. I can tell you the brand name of that. This is just to give you an idea on what the kit lens can do. So this is not a macro lens, and this is something that I found these actually on the way to the hot tub, so I had to run up and grab the camera. And they were inside of a stump on the hot tub, or near the hot tub. But this is at ISO 1600, and you can see that the depth of field wasn't necessarily great. I had it set to f10. I'd probably, if I were normally going to shoot something like this, I'd bring my macro lens and have that at f16, bring some light. But I really like the colors, the way the colors were rendered, and that kit lens does a pretty good job. Again, for a couple $100 more if you're going to buy the kit, it's not bad at all. And again, this is at ISO 1600, and this is no noise reduction applied. So again, you can crank up the noise reduction. And that turns out to be not a bad shot. That was pretty much what I had prepared. Thanks for the question. I appreciate it. I am going to definitely use the a7 III more. I've got this 24 to 105 Canon lens. One of the things about the Sony system that I wasn't thrilled about was the cost or the price of the lenses. So this one, 24 to 105, will be something that I travel with. I've got a 50mm f1.8 and an 85mm 1.8 that's on it. And actually, I'll be taking all three of these to do the prom shoot tomorrow. And we should be able to get some pretty good pictures, some pretty good portraits with the 50 and the 85. At some point when the Sony lenses come down, hopefully I'll get some of the Sony lenses, but they are, for me, very, very expensive at this point. I'm not a pro, quote-unquote, pro photographer. I don't make my living from photography. It's just kind of a hobby, and maybe at some point it'll be something more than that. But that was what I had today. I'll listen to this video. Hopefully it was the audio. Hopefully the audio is good. And if you want to hold on for a sec, Jason, I will check and let you know the brand that I ordered. And this is Limo Studio. Actually, let me give you a link. Just give me one sec. So that'll take you to the product on Amazon. It was really inexpensive. I think it was, yeah, so it's, right now, today, it's under $100, it's $98. It includes those 3 lights, a little kit to pack up if you want to take it with you. I don't think that it's going to travel very well, but for a studio setup, I think it'd be pretty good. So that's it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate the questions, and we will see you again in the next video. Phil with Pulsity Pictures. Talk to you later.